Intellectual Resilience, prepared by Etefworkie Melaku. Chapter 3. Media Mobilization Within Borders. In the tumultuous landscape of rebellion, the significance of traditional media outlets and newspapers within the country cannot be overstated. They emerged as crucial pillars of the resistance, serving as both witnesses to and amplifiers of the struggle for justice. Media Mobilization Within Borders takes a deep dive into the transformative role played by journalists, editors, and news organizations. This chapter meticulously analyzes how these media entities became potent tools for the resistance, disseminating information and documenting the atrocities committed by oppressive regimes. To truly understand the dynamics of media mobilization within borders, let's delve into the specific strategies employed by journalists and media professionals. Imagine it as an exploration into the intricate world where the pen becomes a powerful tool for advocacy. 3.1 The pen as a sword, journalists as advocates. 2. Journalists, armed with the power of the pen, transcended their role as mere reporters to become advocates for the resistance within their own borders. 3. This section intricately explores how reporters, editors, and media professionals harnessed their skills not only to report the news, but also to advocate for justice and freedom. It delves into the challenges faced by journalists as they navigated censorship, threats, and intimidation in their unwavering pursuit of truth. The power of advocacy through reporting. Envision the pen as a sword where journalists wielded their writing prowess as a tool for advocacy. This segment explores how reporters became advocates, using their storytelling skills to not just inform, but to inspire action. Picture it as a narrative journey where the words of journalists had the power to move hearts and minds, galvanizing communities to stand against oppression. Challenges faced by journalists. Consider the challenges faced by journalists as they became advocates for justice. 1. Here we delve into the obstacles encountered by reporters operating within oppressive environments. 2. Visualize it as a battlefield where journalists faced censorship, threats to their safety, and intimidation, yet continued to courageously wield their pens in the pursuit of truth. 3. Navigating censorship and intimidation. Within this exploration, picture journalists as navigators of censorship and intimidation. The section examines how reporters skillfully maneuvered through restrictive environments, finding creative ways to bypass censorship and withstand intimidation tactics. Imagine it as a strategic dance where journalists, despite the challenges, continue to shine a light on the realities faced by their communities. Journalists as advocates beyond reporting, inspiring change. As we navigate through this section, consider journalists not merely as chroniclers of events, but as advocates who, armed with their pens, played a pivotal role in inspiring change. Visualize it as a dynamic force where the words of journalists became a catalyst for action, fueling the resistance and inspiring a collective stand against oppression. 1. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of media mobilization within borders, showcasing how journalists, as advocates, became integral figures in the ongoing struggle for justice and freedom. We have 3-2 Truth amidst censorship, navigating press restrictions. 3. In the challenging landscape of rebellion, oppressive regimes wielded strict censorship as a means to control the narrative. This section intricately delves into the artistry of journalists as they navigated these constraints, employing ingenious methods to disseminate information despite the suffocating presence of censorship. It meticulously explores the risks taken by media professionals to unveil the truth, often at great personal peril, and the profound impact of their efforts in mobilizing public sentiment for the resistance. To truly understand the artistry of journalists in navigating press restrictions, let's delve into the specific strategies employed by these media professionals. Imagine it as an exploration into the world where truth becomes a powerful force, even in the face of censorship. The chessboard of press restrictions. Envision press restrictions as a chessboard where journalists strategically moved their pieces. This segment explores how media professionals faced with censorship became adept strategists, finding creative ways to disseminate information. Picture it as a game of intellect where journalists outmaneuvered restrictions to ensure that the truth reached the public. Ingenious methods of information dissemination. Consider the ingenious methods employed by journalists to disseminate information despite censorship. Here we delve into the creative tactics used by media professionals, ranging from coded messages to underground publications. Visualize it as a tapestry of innovation, where journalists, constrained by censorship, found inventive ways to pierce the veil and bring the truth to light. Risks taken by media professionals. Within this exploration, picture the risks taken by media professionals to unveil the truth. The section examines the personal peril faced by journalists as they defied censorship, putting their safety on the line to fulfill their duty as truth-bearers. Imagine it as a courageous journey where journalists, driven by a commitment to the truth, faced adversity to ensure that the public remained informed. Journalists as defenders of truth, a narrative of courage. As we navigate through this section, consider journalists not merely as conduits of information, but as defenders of truth who, faced with censorship, became courageous champions of the public's right to know. Visualize it as a dynamic narrative of courage, where journalists, through their ingenuity and resilience, stood as beacons of truth in the face of oppressive regimes. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of journalists navigating press restrictions, showcasing their indomitable spirit in the pursuit of an informed and empowered society. 3.3 Documenting atrocities, the media's role as witness. Within the complex tapestry of rebellion, media outlets assumed a critical role in documenting and exposing the atrocities committed by oppressive regimes. This section meticulously examines how journalists, akin to witnesses, stood at the forefront of human rights abuses, using their platforms to shine a penetrating light on the dark corners of oppression. The chapter delves into the profound ethical considerations faced by media professionals as they grappled with the weighty responsibility of bringing the harsh realities faced by their fellow citizens to the forefront of public consciousness. To truly understand the gravity of documenting atrocities, let's delve into the specific experiences and challenges faced by journalists. Imagine it as an exploration into the ethical terrain where truth becomes both a duty and a burden. Journalists as witnesses to human rights abuses. Envision journalists as witnesses to human rights abuses, standing as sentinels against injustice. This segment explores how media professionals, in their role as witnesses, documented the atrocities committed by oppressive regimes. Picture it as a solemn duty where journalists, armed with the power of their pens and lenses, became the voice for those silenced by oppression, shining a light on the dark corners of oppression. Consider journalists as beacons, shining a light on the darkest corners of oppression. Here we delve into how media outlets use their platforms to expose the hidden realities faced by their communities. Visualize it as a quest for truth, where journalists courageously brought to light the atrocities that sought refuge in the shadows, ensuring that the world bore witness to the human cost of oppressive regimes. Ethical considerations faced by media professionals. Within this exploration, picture the ethical considerations faced by media professionals. The section examines the weighty responsibility carried by journalists as they navigated the ethical terrain of documenting atrocities. Imagine it as a moral compass, where media professionals grappled with the balance between their duty to report the truth and the potential impact on the individuals and communities affected by the atrocities. Media as guardians of truth, ethical journeys in documenting atrocities. As we navigate through this section, consider the media not merely as disseminators of news, but as guardians of truth who, through their ethical considerations, became custodians of the public's right to know. Visualize it as an ethical journey where journalists with a deep sense of responsibility documented atrocities with both the gravity of their duty and the empathy required to navigate the complexities of human suffering. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of the media's role as witness, illustrating how journalists, through their ethical commitment, stood as guardians of truth in the face of oppression. Top of form. 3.4 Mobilizing public sentiment. The power of the press. In the intricate landscape of rebellion, the press emerged not just as an informer, but as a dynamic mobilizing force, acting as a catalyst for public sentiment in unwavering support of the resistance. This section intricately explores how media outlets harnessed their platforms to galvanize the populace, cultivating a profound sense of unity and solidarity. It meticulously analyzes the strategies employed by journalists and news organizations to shape narratives that resonated deeply with the public, fueling the collective spirit of the rebellion. To truly understand the dynamics of mobilizing public sentiment, let's delve into the specific strategies employed by journalists and media professionals. Imagine it as an exploration into the world where the power of the press becomes a unifying force. 1. The press as a catalyst for unity. Envision the press as a catalyst, sparking unity among the populace. This segment explores how media outlets, aware of their role as mobilizers, used their platforms to foster a profound sense of unity and solidarity. Picture it as a rallying cry where the press became the voice that resonated with the hearts of the people, inspiring a collective stand against oppression. 2. Galvanizing the populace. Consider the press as a galvanizing force, energizing the populace in support of the resistance. Here we delve into the strategies employed by journalists and news organizations to fuel the collective spirit of the rebellion. Visualize it as a dynamic process where the press strategically crafted narratives that not only informed but actively engaged the public, igniting a fervor for justice and freedom. 3. Shaping narratives that resonate. Within this exploration, picture journalists as narrative architects, shaping stories that deeply resonated with the public. The section analyzes the storytelling strategies employed by the press to create narratives that went beyond news reports, becoming powerful vehicles for conveying the emotions, aspirations, and collective resilience of the rebellion. The press as a unifying force, shaping the collective spirit. As we navigate through this section, consider the press not merely as reporters of events, but as architects of narratives that, like a powerful tide, shape the collective spirit of the rebellion. Visualize it as a transformative force where the power of the press became a unifying factor, inspiring communities to stand together in the face of adversity. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of the press, showcasing how journalists, through their strategic storytelling, played an integral role in mobilizing public sentiment for the resistance. Point 5. Editors as gatekeepers, shaping the narrative. In the intricate dance of rebellion, editors emerged as pivotal gatekeepers, wielding significant influence in shaping the narrative and molding public opinion. This section intricately delves into the nuanced editorial decisions that defined the coverage of the rebellion. It meticulously examines how editorial teams navigated the delicate balance between providing accurate information, ensuring the safety of their journalists, and strategically framing stories to maximize impact. To truly understand the nuances of editorial influence, let's delve into the specific decisions and considerations faced by editors. Imagine it as an exploration into the editorial realm where information becomes a carefully crafted narrative. 1. Editors as architects of narratives. Envision editors as architects, shaping narratives that transcend mere reporting. This segment explores the pivotal role played by editors in defining the coverage of the rebellion. Picture it as a meticulous process where editorial decisions become the brushstrokes that paint a comprehensive picture of the events, emotions, and aspirations woven into the fabric of the resistance. 2. The delicate balance of accuracy and safety. Consider editors as navigators of a delicate balance between accuracy and safety. Here, we delve into the intricacies of editorial decisions, examining how teams ensured the veracity of information while safeguarding the well-being of their journalists. Visualize it as a tightrope walk where editors, faced with the responsibility of truth-telling, also prioritized the safety and security of those on the front lines. 3. Strategic framing for maximum impact. Within this exploration, picture editors as strategic framers, shaping stories for maximum impact. The section analyzes how editorial teams strategically framed narratives, understanding the power of storytelling in mobilizing public sentiment. Imagine it as a chessboard where every move is carefully calculated to convey the gravity of the situation and inspire collective action. Editors as guardians of truth, navigating the editorial landscape. As we navigate through this section, consider editors not merely as overseers of content, but as guardians of truth who, through their decisions, steered the narrative in a way that resonated deeply with the public. Visualize it as a journey where editorial teams, with a keen sense of responsibility, carefully curated stories that not only informed but also inspired. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of editors as gatekeepers, showcasing how their nuanced decisions played an integral role in shaping the narrative and influencing public opinion during the rebellion. 3.6. Collaborative journalism, strength in numbers. In the dynamic realm of rebellion, collaboration within the media industry emerged as a cornerstone of the resistance, transforming collective efforts into a formidable strength. This section intricately explores how news organizations and journalists, recognizing the power of unity, collaborated across outlets, forming alliances to pool resources and amplify their impact. It shines a spotlight on the synergies that emerged from collaborative journalism, showcasing how a united front within the media became a linchpin, fortifying the voice of the resistance. To truly understand the dynamics of collaborative journalism, let's delve into the specific strategies and outcomes of media collaboration. Imagine it as an exploration into a world where collective strength becomes the driving force. 1. Collaboration as a cornerstone. Envision collaboration as a cornerstone, strengthening the resistance through united efforts. This segment explores how news organizations and journalists collaborated, recognizing the inherent strength that comes from unity. Picture it as a foundation where collaborative endeavors became the bedrock upon which the media's collective impact was built. 2. Forming alliances for resource pooling. Consider collaboration as alliances formed for the pooling of resources. Here, we delve into how media professionals strategically joined forces, sharing expertise, information, and logistical support. Visualize it as a network, where collaborative journalism became a powerful web intricately connected to maximize the collective impact of media outlets. 3. Synergies of collaborative journalism. Within this exploration, picture collaborative journalism as a synergy, where the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. The section showcases instances where collaborative efforts amplified the impact of media coverage, illustrating the strength found in the shared pursuit of truth. Imagine it as a harmonious orchestra where different instruments in collaboration create a powerful and resonant melody. Collaborative journalism as a force of unity, fortifying the voice. As we navigate through this section, consider collaborative journalism not merely as a strategy, but as a force that fortified the voice of the resistance. Visualize it as a collective endeavor where journalists, by coming together, created a narrative that echoed with amplified strength. Here, the narrative becomes a testament to the transformative power of collaborative journalism, illustrating how united efforts within the media industry played an integral role in fortifying the voice of the resistance during times of rebellion. 3.7 Challenges and Sacrifices, the High Price of Truth. In the tumultuous pursuit of truth within the borders of the country, journalists and media professionals paid a steep price for their commitment to transparency and justice. This section intricately reflects on the multifaceted challenges faced, the profound sacrifices made, and the courageous risks undertaken by those who wielded their pens as instruments of resistance. It pays homage to the unwavering commitment of journalists who, in the face of censorship, imprisonment, and violence, held steadfast to the pursuit of truth. To truly understand the realities of challenges and sacrifices, let's delve into the specific experiences and tribulations faced by journalists and media professionals. Imagine it as an exploration into the courageous and often perilous journey they undertook. 1. The multifaceted challenges of truth-seeking. Envision the challenges as multifaceted obstacles that truth-seeking journalists encountered. 1. This segment explores the varied hurdles faced in the pursuit of truth, ranging from institutional censorship to personal safety risks. 1. Picture it as a maze where journalists navigated intricate paths, each fraught with its own set of challenges in their relentless commitment to revealing the unvarnished reality. Profound sacrifices made in the line of duty. Consider sacrifices as profound and selfless acts made in the line of journalistic duty. 2. Here we delve into the sacrifices, personal, professional, and sometimes even existential, made by journalists who placed the pursuit of truth above personal comfort and safety. 2. Visualize it as a testament to their commitment, where every sacrifice becomes a poignant marker of their unwavering dedication. 3. Courageous risks undertaken for the greater cause. Within this exploration, picture risks as courageous actions undertaken for the greater cause. 3. The section explores the risks faced by journalists who, despite threats of violence and imprisonment, continued their work as guardians of truth. 3. Imagine it as a battleground where each journalistic endeavor becomes a courageous stand against the forces that sought to suppress the truth. Journalists as beacons of courage, navigating the high price of truth. As we navigate through this section, consider journalists not merely as storytellers, but as beacons of courage who, in the pursuit of truth, faced challenges, made sacrifices, and undertook risks that defined their commitment. Visualize it as a journey where each word written, each story told became a testament to the high price paid for the pursuit of truth within the borders of the country. Here, the narrative becomes a tribute to the transformative power of journalism. illustrating how journalists, through their courage and resilience, became instrumental in unveiling the harsh realities faced by their communities. Top of form. 3.8, Legacy of the Press, a lasting impact. As we conclude this chapter, let's delve into the profound and lasting impact left by media mobilization within the borders of the country. This section assesses not only the immediate course of events, but also the enduring legacy forged by the efforts of journalists and media organizations during the rebellion. By shaping narratives, documenting history, and amplifying the voices of the oppressed, the legacy of the press becomes an integral part of the ongoing struggle for justice and freedom. To truly understand the enduring impact, let's explore the specific facets that define the legacy of media mobilization. Imagine it as an exploration into a realm where the media's influence becomes a lasting imprint. 1. Shaping narratives that endure. Envision the legacy as narratives carefully crafted and etched into the fabric of history. This segment explores how the media, through its storytelling prowess, shaped narratives that endured beyond the immediate rebellion. Picture it as a tapestry where the stories told by journalists became threads weaving a narrative that transcended time, leaving an indelible mark on the collective memory. 2. Documenting history for posterity. Consider the legacy as a documentation of history for posterity. Here we delve into how the media served as custodians of the historical record, capturing the nuances, struggles, and triumphs of the rebellion. Visualize it as a time capsule where the journalistic endeavors of capturing the moment become a gift to future generations, allowing them to understand the resilience and courage of those who stood against oppression. 3. Amplifying voices that echo. Within this exploration, picture the legacy as voices amplified to echo through time. The section delves into how the media became a powerful amplifier, magnifying the voices of the oppressed and providing a platform for their stories to reverberate across generations. Imagine it as a chorus, where the media's role in elevating the voices of those silenced becomes a timeless anthem of resistance. The legacy of the press as a timeless anthem. As we navigate through this section, consider the legacy not merely as a historical artifact, but as a timeless anthem resonating with the struggles, triumphs, and enduring spirit of those who fought against oppressive regimes. Visualize it as a testament to the transformative power of media mobilization, illustrating how the press, through its enduring legacy, remains an integral part of the ongoing journey for justice and freedom. Here, the narrative becomes a tribute to the indomitable spirit of journalists, editors, and news organizations whose efforts continue to echo through the corridors of history, shaping the collective consciousness and inspiring future generations in the pursuit of justice. Chapter 4. The Digital Revolution: Online Resistance. As we embark on the exploration of the digital landscape within rebellion, the digital revolution: online resistance unravels the transformative impact that digital platforms brought to resistance movements. This chapter delves into how online media outlets, independent news websites, and digital activists within the country harnessed the power of the internet to disseminate information, mobilize support, and maintain a digital presence in the face of censorship. To fully comprehend the digital revolution's impact, let's dive into the specific dynamics that define the emergence of online resistance. Imagine it as an exploration into a realm where the digital realm becomes a powerful tool for change. Introduction to the Digital Revolution. Envision the introduction as a gateway to the digital revolution, where the narrative sets the stage for the transformative moments ahead. This segment introduces the seismic shift brought by digital platforms to the landscape of rebellion, offering a glimpse into the power that the internet bestowed upon those seeking to defy oppression. Picture it as the opening scene where the digital stage is set for a story of resilience, innovation, and online activism. Digital hubs for resistance. Consider online media outlets as digital hubs central to the resistance. Here we delve into how these platforms became crucial spaces for the dissemination of information, operating independently of traditional constraints. Visualize it as a vibrant marketplace where information flows freely, breaking the chains of censorship and providing a platform for voices that refuse to be silenced. Challenges and opportunities in the digital realm. Within this exploration, picture the challenges and opportunities as dynamic forces shaping the digital revolution. The section examines the hurdles faced by online media outlets and the opportunities created by the digital landscape for amplifying the voices of those in resistance. Imagine it as a digital frontier where challenges become stepping stones and opportunities become catalysts for change. navigating the digital landscape as a catalyst for change. As we navigate through this chapter, consider the digital landscape not merely as a backdrop, but as a catalyst for change, where online resistance becomes a dynamic force in the struggle against oppression. Visualize it as a digital canvas where every click, post, and share becomes a stroke in the masterpiece of resistance. Here, the narrative becomes a journey through the interconnected web of digital activism, illustrating how the digital revolution reshaped the landscape of rebellion and empowered individuals and communities to assert their voices in the face of censorship and oppression. 4.2 Independent news websites, navigating digital frontiers. As we plunge into the dynamic realm of the digital revolution, independent news websites emerge as nimble and influential players, offering alternative narratives and perspectives. This section of the chapter intricately explores how these platforms navigated the digital frontiers, skillfully utilizing the speed and expansive reach of online media to counteract censorship. It delves into the pivotal role played by independent news websites in shaping public discourse, challenging official narratives, and providing a robust platform for dissenting voices. To truly comprehend the narrative of independent news websites navigating digital frontiers, let's delve into the specific elements that define their role in the digital revolution. Imagine it as an exploration into the intricate workings of these agile platforms. The agility of independent news websites. Envision the agility of independent news websites as a key characteristic defining their role. This segment explores how these platforms swiftly adapted to the digital landscape, leveraging the speed and reach of online media to disseminate information with unprecedented efficiency. Picture it as a dance, where the nimble movements of independent news websites allow them to navigate the digital terrain with grace and impact. Alternative narratives and perspectives. Consider independent news websites as champions of alternative narratives and perspectives. Here, we delve into how these platforms became crucial in challenging the status quo, presenting viewpoints that diverged from official narratives. Visualize it as a mosaic, where the diversity of perspectives offered by independent news websites creates a vibrant and nuanced portrayal of the truth, shaping public discourse and providing platforms for dissent. Within this exploration, picture the role of independent news websites as shapers of public discourse and bastions for dissenting voices. The section examines how these platforms influenced public opinion, challenged established narratives, and provided a robust space for voices of dissent. Imagine it as a forum where the digital pages of independent news websites become a rallying point for those who refuse to conform to the constraints of censorship. Navigating digital frontiers as pioneers of information. As we navigate through this section, consider independent news websites not merely as platforms, but as pioneers navigating the digital frontiers. Visualize it as a digital expedition where every article, report, and perspective becomes a step forward in the journey of resistance against oppression. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into the transformative power of independent news websites in the digital revolution, illustrating how they became instrumental in reshaping public discourse and amplifying dissenting voices in the face of censorship. 4.3 Digital Activism, Mobilizing the Online Community. Within the digital revolution's dynamic landscape, digital activists stand as pivotal figures, orchestrating the mobilization of support and galvanizing the online community for the resistance. This section intricately explores the strategies employed by these activists to harness the influential power of social media, online forums, and digital campaigns. It delves into the ways in which digital platforms metamorphosed into powerful tools for organizing protests, disseminating information rapidly, and fostering a profound sense of unity among those dedicated to the cause. To fully comprehend the narrative of digital activism and its role in mobilizing the online community, let's delve into the specific strategies employed by these influential figures. Imagine it as an exploration into the tactics that transformed digital platforms into powerful instruments of resistance. Harnessing the power of social media. Envision the strategies of digital activists as an adept harnessing of the power of social media. This segment explores how activists leveraged platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to amplify their messages, connect with a global audience, and spark movements. Picture it as a digital megaphone where every post becomes a call to action, resonating across the online community and beyond. Online forums as catalysts for change. Consider online forums as catalysts for change in the hands of digital activists. Here, we delve into how these forums became virtual spaces for open dialogue, idea exchange, and strategic planning. Visualize it as a digital roundtable where activists and supporters collaboratively shape the narrative, share insights, and plan actions that reverberate across the digital realm. Digital campaigns for rapid information dissemination. Within this exploration, picture digital campaigns as dynamic tools for rapidly disseminating information. The section examines how digital activists orchestrated campaigns that cut through the noise, conveying crucial information swiftly and effectively. Imagine it as a digital ripple, where a single campaign creates waves of awareness, reaching far and wide within the online community. Mobilizing the online community as architects of change. As we navigate through this section, consider digital activists not merely as individuals, but as architects of change, strategically mobilizing the online community for a common cause. Visualize it as a digital revolution, where every click, share, and hashtag becomes a building block in the structure of resistance. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into the transformative power of digital activism, illustrating how it became a driving force in reshaping online spaces into arenas of mobilization, unity, and resistance against oppressive regimes. 4.4 Overcoming Censorship, the cat and mouse game. As censorship loomed larger in the digital revolution, a profound battleground emerged for circumventing restrictions. This segment of the chapter meticulously examines the cat and mouse game played by online activists and media outlets in their quest to overcome digital barriers. It delves into the innovative methods employed to discreetly disseminate information, ensuring that the truth reached the public despite relentless attempts to suppress it. To truly grasp the intricacies of overcoming censorship in the digital revolution, let's delve into the specific maneuvers and counter-maneuvers employed in this cat-and-mouse game. Imagine it as an exploration into the tactics that transformed adversity into opportunity. The increasing threat of censorship. Envision the narrative start as an acknowledgement of the increasing threat of censorship in the digital realm. This section explores how oppressive regimes sought to control the narrative by imposing strict digital censorship. Picture it as the setup for the cat and mouse game, where the stage is established for a battle of wits between those seeking to share the truth and those attempting to suppress it. The cat and mouse dynamics. Consider the cat and mouse dynamics as a fascinating interplay between online activists and censorship mechanisms. Here, we delve into the strategic maneuvers employed by activists to outsmart censorship efforts and disseminate information. Visualize it as a digital chessboard, where every move is calculated and every countermove aims to defy attempts at suppression. Innovative methods for discrete information dissemination. Within this exploration, picture innovative methods as the ingenious tools used by activists to discreetly disseminate information. The section examines how these methods ensured that the truth reached the public despite the tightening grip of censorship. Imagine it as a digital cloak and dagger, where every method becomes a clandestine operation, ensuring the free flow of information in the face of adversity. The cat and mouse game as a triumph of ingenuity. As we navigate through this section, consider the cat and mouse game not merely as a struggle, but as a triumph of ingenuity against oppression. Visualize it as a digital escapade where every evasion, workaround, and countermeasure become a testament to the resilience and creativity of those fighting for the truth. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into how the cat and mouse game transformed challenges into opportunities, illustrating how online activists and media outlets overcame censorship to ensure the unhindered dissemination of information in the digital revolution. 4.5 Maintaining Anonymity. Protecting Digital Dissenters. Within the digital revolution, where dissent became a powerful force, digital activists found themselves confronting risks to their safety and security. This section intricately delves into the measures taken to maintain anonymity, safeguarding those who engaged in online dissent. It explores the challenges of navigating digital spaces under surveillance and the strategic measures employed to protect the identities of those who played a crucial role in the online resistance. To gain a comprehensive understanding of maintaining anonymity in the digital revolution, let's explore the specific challenges faced and the meticulous strategies employed by digital dissenters. Imagine it as an exploration into the protective cloak that shrouded those risking their safety for the cause. Risks to safety and security. Envision the narrative's start as an acknowledgement of the risks faced by digital activists. This section explores how engaging in online dissent posed threats to safety and security. Picture it as the setup for understanding the need for anonymity, where the backdrop is the perilous environment in which these activists operated. Navigating digital spaces under surveillance. Consider the challenge of navigating digital spaces under surveillance as a constant threat faced by digital dissenters. Here, we delve into the omnipresent surveillance and the strategies employed to navigate these watchful eyes. Visualize it as a digital labyrinth where every step is taken with caution and every digital footprint requires careful consideration. Strategies for identity protection. Within this exploration, picture strategies for identity protection as the proactive measures taken to safeguard digital dissenters. The section examines how activists utilized encryption, pseudonyms, and other tools to shield their identities. Imagine it as a digital shield, where anonymity becomes a protective barrier, allowing activists to express dissent without fear of reprisal. Maintaining anonymity as a shield of protection. As we navigate through this section, consider maintaining anonymity not merely as a precaution, but as a shield of protection for those daring to dissent in the digital realm. Visualize it as a digital cloak, where every layer of anonymity becomes a shield against potential threats. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into how the maintenance of anonymity became a strategic imperative, allowing digital activists to express dissent, share information, and contribute to the resistance without compromising their safety and security. 4.6 Online communities, a haven for dissent. Within the digital landscape, online communities emerged as vital havens for dissent and resistance. This section intricately explores how forums, social media groups, and online spaces evolved into hubs for exchanging ideas, organizing protests, and building a profound sense of solidarity among like-minded individuals. It delves into the role of online communities in not only fostering dissent, but also in sustaining the momentum of the resistance movement. To comprehend the dynamics of online communities as havens for dissent, let's navigate through the specific elements and dynamics that shaped these digital gathering places. Imagine it as an exploration into the virtual realms where dissent found a collective voice. Formation of digital havens. Envision the narrative's start as an acknowledgement of the digital revolution's role in fostering online communities. This section explores how these communities became havens for dissent, providing a digital space for like-minded individuals to converge. Picture it as the setup for understanding the transformative power of digital spaces in shaping dissent. Hubs for idea exchange. Consider the role of online communities as hubs for exchanging ideas. Here we delve into how these digital spaces facilitated vibrant discussions, idea sharing, and intellectual exchange. Visualize it as a digital agora where ideas flowed freely, transcending geographical boundaries and connecting individuals with a shared cause. Organizing protests and activism. Within this exploration, picture online communities as catalysts for organizing protests and activism. The section examines how these digital spaces became virtual organizing hubs, where activists coordinated efforts, planned events, and mobilized support. Imagine it as a digital town square where the collective voice of dissent resonated, echoing through the interconnected threads of online discourse. Online communities as sustainers of momentum. As we navigate through this section, consider online communities not merely as digital gathering places, but as sustainers of momentum for the resistance movement. Visualize them as dynamic arenas where dissent not only found a voice, but also gained strength, forging connections and sustaining the collective spirit of the rebellion. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into how online communities became integral to the resistance, fostering a sense of unity, collaboration, and collective purpose in the digital realm. 4.7. The virality of information. Digital narratives in the global arena. Within the digital revolution, information transcended national borders, spreading rapidly across the global online community. This section intricately explores how digital narratives gained virality, capturing the attention of the international community and garnering support for the resistance. It delves into the role of digital platforms in shaping the global perception of the rebellion and mobilizing international solidarity. To unravel the dynamics of digital virality and its impact on the global stage, let's traverse through the specific elements and dynamics that propelled digital narratives beyond borders. Imagine it as an exploration into the interconnected realms where information became a global force. Transcending national borders. Envision the narrative's start by acknowledging the power of the digital revolution in transcending national borders. This section explores how information moved seamlessly across geographical boundaries, propelled by the interconnected nature of digital platforms. Picture it as the setup for understanding the borderless nature of digital narratives. The mechanics of virality. Consider the exploration of how digital narratives gained virality. Here we delve into the mechanics behind the rapid spread of information, examining the role of shares, retweets, and digital engagement. Visualize it as a digital wildfire where information ignites, spreads rapidly, and becomes an unstoppable force in the online space. Shaping global perception. Within this exploration, picture the role of digital platforms in shaping the global perception of the rebellion. The section examines how narratives crafted in the digital realm influenced international perspectives, garnering attention and shaping opinions. Imagine it as a digital pulpit, where the collective voice of the rebellion echoed globally, influencing hearts and minds. Digital narratives as catalysts for international solidarity. As we navigate through this section, consider digital narratives not merely as information, but as catalysts for international solidarity. Visualize them as powerful conduits that connected the local struggle to a global audience, garnering support, empathy, and solidarity. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into how the virality of information in the digital age transformed the rebellion into a global cause, resonating across continents and inspiring collective action in the pursuit of justice and freedom. 4.8 Legacy of Online Resistance, Shaping the Future of Activism. The chapter culminates in a reflection on the enduring legacy of online resistance, carefully evaluating how the strategies employed by online media outlets, independent news websites, and digital activists during the rebellion have left an indelible mark on the landscape of digital activism. By shaping the future of online dissent, the legacy of the digital revolution becomes an integral part of the ongoing struggle for justice and freedom. To navigate the enduring legacy of online resistance and its impact on the future of activism, let's traverse through specific elements and dynamics that define this legacy. Imagine it as an exploration into the evolving landscape where digital activism finds its roots. Assessing strategies employed. Envision the narrative's start by assessing the strategies employed by online media outlets, independent news websites, and digital activists. This section explores the innovative approaches that defined online resistance, shaping the contours of digital activism. Picture it as the setup for understanding the strategic brilliance that marked the rebellion's digital legacy. Influence on digital activism. Consider the exploration of how the strategies during the rebellion have influenced the broader landscape of digital activism. Here, we delve into the ripple effect of the rebellion on the way activism unfolds in the digital age. Visualize it as a digital blueprint, where the lessons learned and tactics employed become foundational elements for future digital activism, shaping the future of online dissent. Within this exploration, picture the lasting impact on the future of online dissent. The section examines how the digital revolution's legacy continues to mold the way individuals voice dissent in the online sphere. Imagine it as a digital metamorphosis, where the strategies of the past shape the evolving nature of online dissent and activism. Online resistance as a catalyst for change. As we navigate through this section, consider online resistance not merely as a historical chapter, but as a catalyst for change. Visualize it as a transformative force that reshaped the digital activism landscape, leaving behind a legacy that transcends the rebellion itself. Here, the narrative becomes an exploration into how the digital revolution redefined the playbook of activism, paving the way for a future where the internet remains a dynamic force for justice, freedom, and the amplification of voices in the ongoing pursuit of a better world.